Submarine fact? Submarines. In 1914, surface ships sank 55 ships, while the U-boats only sunk 3. Despite this, submarines rapidly became the most abundant killers of the German fleet the next year. It sunk 396 ships, while the surface ships only sunk a mere 23. Then, in 1917, 2,439 Allied ships were sunk by German U-boats, thereby inflicting more damage than the surface ships in World War I. Convoys. Convoys. Allied merchant ships traveled in groups called convoys in response to German U-boats. They were escorted by warships and they were harder to spot and attack by the U-boats. Nonetheless, they were still a large threat. This type of strategy was originally formed to protect merchant ships from pirates. And by the end of 1917, 3,170 Allied and neutral ships, totaling 6 million tons, were sunk.
Dazzle camouflage, also known as razzle-dazzle, was made by Norman Wilkinson in 1917 and was used in late World War I. The camouflage was used on boats not to disguise them, but to disguise what they were doing. The camouflage had white and bright colors with several unique stripes across the ships. The camouflage made it harder for U-boats to know what angle the boat was at, the distance apart from them, and the speed the boat was going. Dazzle patterns were always different and kept confidential. The models were tested with small boats and simulated periscopes. The dazzle camouflage was proved successful and saved many lives. The naval blockade in World War I happened in 1914 to 1919 and was a naval strategy used by both forces. This was a strategy that was used to block ships coming through to supply another country. The British Navy used this tactic and successfully blocked all imports coming into Germany from the North Sea and other seas. This naval blockade placed on Germany had a slow start, but had severe effects in 1917 to 1919. Germany and its other allied countries were affected harshly and were low on receiving supplies for their army and their citizens.
The Battle of Heligoland Bight happened on the 28th of August, 1914. This was the first major battle that took place at sea. Conflict broke out between British and German forces, which led to the British coming out on top. This naval battle took place in a body of water known as Heligoland Bight, which was located off the northern coast of Germany in the North Sea. Commander Reginald Tyrwhitt was given the task of luring the German fleet out from the Bight and into Vice Admiral Sir David Beatty's force. The plan went into action around 7 a.m., when Tyrwhitt sunk 2 German torpedo boats. However, the Germans were not surprised and were prepared for this attack to happen. Soon, Commander Tyrwhitt found himself and his men in a losing situation. He eventually called in Beatty's squadron for help and they rushed to their aid. With the additional firepower, the British force managed to sink 3 German cruisers and damage 3 more, causing around 1,200 German casualties. On the other hand, the British were very unscathed and only lost 35 men, and none of their ships were sunken.